Hello, every spiderman, or hello, everyone. My name is Chaz, and welcome to a What If Spider-Man was in Subnautica. So, yeah, you heard me right. If Spider-Man was in Subnautica. So let's get his original thing. How he got into that situation. Well, the big bad theory thing tells, so there was this one mission that only Spider-Man could do it alone. Transport the Screaming Mimi and, of course, MODOK and him to a very secure area out in space. You might be thinking, why would Fury send just Spider-Man? Could the Avengers do it? Black Bolt's team? Or because Black Bolt's old brother, her, is in the present thing? Or how about Mary Jane Watson? Or like that crazy dude? Or Spider-Man's entire team? Just keep things real. So, yeah. So they get on a ship. With Screaming Mimi, MODOK, and him, yeah. Went, but their ship crash landed into the planet, like where's, I forget the Subnautica's world. As Spider-Man took MODOK and her, or told all three of them to get into the life pods now. As he was trying to be like I'll go down with the ship thing. As Spidey grabs him by a collar and yanks him all the way to there. Yeah. And all three of them went, and of course, MODOK and him to one life pod. Screaming Mimi and Spidey was in the other. Yeah, the world's or the Lang talk and girl with Spidey. I was gonna put him in with Spidey and like where Screaming Mimi is at, but I was like, nah. Or yeah, so or actually, yeah, let's change it to MODOK and Screaming Mimi was in one life pod, and Spidey and him were in the other one. When they like crash land in on Warner, as they like both like hopped out, they looked around. And actually, sorry about that. And my phone decided to shut off. So let's continue. So they just like when they were doing that stuff, as Spidey asked them, "Are they all right?" As they all like agree. Of course. Then goodness, or actually when they all were knocked unconscious thing. Sorry about that. My phone decided to shut off. So, yeah. So when sorry if I'm doing this to make you sick. So, Spidey asked everyone else, like those three people, not Black Bolt, don't worry. So he asked them, or actually when they crash landed, the Spidey accidentally fell onto not MODOK, but definitely not that like Black Bolt's kid or brother. He fell onto her, and thank goodness he was wearing a mask, because they both kissed. Accidentally, like, did that. It's like that one episode from a girl's assassination school or whatever that thing's called, that anime. Yeah. So then when that is like, he was blushing underneath his mask as he like goes or gets out of the life pod and looks around. Well, we only need to, or of course, Nick Fury's trying to call to see how the prisoner's doing, and something bad happened. As Spidey did, like, basically repaired it, as he says, we're here as his entire team is happy about it. It looked like we crash landed onto the planet, and like a watery planet and it before. But I really don't know. Oh, like, hey, as Nick Fury says, "Don't worry, Spidey. Oh, just hold on." As Spidey tells them that the only thing that looked like we got shot down, so I'm gonna go or check on them or whoever. So yeah. So yeah. Okay. Before her. Okay? Be careful, Spidey. You're in a dangerous water world or world, and you have three most dangerous people: Screaming Mimi, MODOK, and him. As Spidey says, thank goodness. So yeah, Spidey looked around, or there he, huh? As Spidey looks around for any survivors or any other, like, as he goes down into the water, as he like collects some resources, and like, because it's basically like the same thing, but so Screaming Mimi, MODOK, and him, of course, he was being a smart butt thing, and yeah, he says, "Why are you doing this? Oh, for what?" And as Spidey says, well, if you guys can't see it, that's okay. Sorry. So, yeah, he was being like, you wouldn't show anything to it. Huh. Well, some people, you never think about family members caring for them. as they like basically build a little base for them to live on or in. As MODOK's like, this is a waste of MODOK's time. And let us out. No, not yet. There's okay, because to trust you. Okay. Oh, come on, Spidey. You could trust us. As back at the Earth, Mary Jane Watson, or Spider-Woman, is like being so impatient because she's just like so like punching stuff, like punching jean bags to like nothing. Yes. As White Cat and Iron Fist understands why she's like really mad. She wanted to be with Spidey, her boyfriend. And as Nick Fury, he like tells them reason why. Yeah. Alright, you cadets. Let me tell you why that I only sent Spidey. Because he has more survival training than any of us. Or any of you. He plus finding a good home for us to build on. So basically he's saying like to build a prison on one of the planets and let's say repopulate the planet and then out there too. That's why he said, that's why a prison for MODOK and him. But he said like, oh, the Screaming Mimi will be for the repopulation thing. And when she heard that, she was so ready to like punch Nick Fury in the face. Because she knows that if anyone tries to repopulate with Spidey, would had to be her. Yeah. You might be thinking to yourself, wow, really? Is that how you feel? Yeah, but I was gonna put her with him, but I was like, nah. As they had like dinner things, as the Modoc and or Modoc could sense something's wrong with Spidey. As he says, "What's wrong?" Or let me do like Modoc's impression. "What's wrong?" Usually, well, let me tell the rest of you. Go ahead. We're all friends here. Well, yeah. Come on. Don't worry, we won't, like... Of course. Well... In theory, the... You know, the, like, reason why he chose you three to go to a planet. Right? What? Well, or what? To throw us away in the cycle bin? Well, no, it's the build a prison for all three of you. But he also told me to that's why she... Sorry about that. My phone went off again. So, yeah, so Spidey tells them that they only knew half of the reason, but he also told them that reason why Screaming Mimi's here is I don't know what was going through his head, but he said that repopulate the world at the same time. As Screaming Mimi's blushing like her entire face was red as a tomato. As she couldn't believe that Nick Fury, the one that... Yeah. So, yeah, she couldn't believe that... Or they couldn't believe that Nick Fury chose Screaming Mimi to, like, repopulate with all three of them. Yeah. Spidey, him, and him. Or actually just two. So yeah. Then as she knows the Earth rules thing, or about getting married part. Yeah. So he decides, okay, how about me and Mimi and you, Spidey, get married. Okay? And MODOK's like, how about me? Well, use your big brain to cook something up like as plus. Okay? He start like as yeah, the screaming Mimi walked to her room as yeah, she wanted to be like her room, but when she couldn't believe that Nick Fury asked Spidey to do that. So yeah. So So then after a couple weeks have passed, she was finally ready for it. So she walks in to the Spidey's headquarters thing. And straight up tells him, because in this alternate timeline, she actually does love Spidey more than anyone. Of course, or actually, during the table thing, after the food stuff, or like after they discussed what Nick Fury was planning to do, as yeah. Then a third or second thing that they talked about was their backstories. Like, they had a good one or a bad one. So, like, yeah. Screaming Mimi had her backstory. We all probably know it. MODOK did his backstory, as he did too. But when it came to Spidey's turn, not that kind of Spidey, yeah. So he explains why he chose to fight crime with these Spidey powers. Or as you may say. So yeah. So yeah. After Spidey tells them that about his reason why that he didn't want to cross that line to be like, oh, I'm gonna be overpowered. thing. And like all that stuff. So after they heard it, they decided to go on a date, or so they, so sh now, because they now respect him as a leader of the reason why. So yeah, so they're doing all of these things. MODOK was like, no, yeah, MODOK was doing his thing. He did his. And Screaming Mimi, he did hers. So yeah, but then when she really wanted Spidey because of that reason. At first she knew that someone that she actually does know, to come to her. Yeah, when after that, she was ready for it. So she picks Spidey to be a main thing. Sorry about that. My phone decided to fall asleep again. So yeah, Spidey, so she chose Spider-Man to become a husband to her. So yeah, they got onto a truck, like from below zero, and he asked them about, let's go see if there's any islands around, shall we? Well, they all agree. So they fly around, or doing that stuff. They stumbled on a pretty good island, as they see a cannon on there, as they see where they're gonna get married to. Right in front of the cannon area. So yeah, so they're right in front of the cannon, and Screaming Mimi's wearing her clothes, because so yeah, then all the things, she literally got married to Spidey. And yeah, and to him. So both of them are, so MODOK was doing his thing. So yeah, so she had 2 kids. Well, I was gonna say 4 kids. So yeah, let's change it to 4 kids. So yeah, she basically has 4 kids inside her. 2 boys, 2 girls. And she gave birth to all 4 of them. And all 4 of them lived. So yeah. Spidey Rainey was basically before he was like he couldn't believe that he got forced to do that. That was way before. As he's like, of course, he calls her as to just talk to her, so yeah. So she ends up like, as she was like saying that, don't worry, Peter, you can't believe it either. It was not your fault that they chose you to do it. But for popular thing, it's like, remember that Carnage and stuff? The like, yeah. Of course, they, as a voice, or of course, yeah. So she understands that it's not like Peter's fault that he got forced to get married to flippin' Screamy Mimi, that she likes to scream a lot. Huh? Yeah. Just look at her. She can and like scream so loud that probably I was gonna do like a ship between her and Black Bolt, but I decided I'll do this or whatever. So yeah, so she just yeah, so she decided, or so she can't believe that Nick Fury chose Spidey to do that mission by himself with 3 criminals. Yeah, the Teledata is messed up. Anya. So yeah, she basically, it was right. So she's like, she's still like upset because, and him, the one that's in the behind Squirrel Girl, he says, "What's wrong?" Oh, it's just I can't believe these Spidey has to go through this as without anyone that actually there to support the villains or support him. Yeah, but they're like, yeah, true, but Nick Fury has different plans. So yeah. So Screaming Mimi is at the bottom of the ocean, or in the, like, at the base. So all happy thing. And of course, Zuko and him, or them, decided, well, let's go on a field trip thing. All three of us. As who wants to stay here? As MODOK says, I'll stay. Yeah. So there was little baby carriage for them to, like. So yeah. So Spidey and him went as in the truck, and they both, like, went down deeper until they got to the Lost River. Yeah. And then they looked around, as Spidey could hear a voice just from this thing, as she knew who Spidey was. So as he's trying to shake those thoughts away. So yeah. Then they, like, go, to the lava lake thing. And of course they found the cure. Like, they, of course, they found energy cubes and, like, all that stuff. And then they, like, went to there, as it was so isolated. Like, they're, yeah, so they showed up at the prison thing where the Empress was. Like, they did a lot of things, and they got cured. And plus they took some samples back, and they disarmed the cannon, and then they cure Screaming Mimi from that, like, if she got infected. And she was also, and MODOK. So yeah, so that, and the kids. I'm thinking and about how their kids look like. Would they have, like, their mother's screaming abilities, or have their father's? Yeah, so they did like, build a rocket ship. They leave the planet, or actually they did build a prison, and they did repopulate the world thing. As they go back. So it was like years. So Nick Fury says, "How's the progress?" Well, pretty good. I think I know why that they shot us down. Because I think it was a restricted airspace for them. Yeah, but like he basically tells them that he needs to be there a couple more years before they leave to get some samples too. So yeah. So the kids of like Spidey and her and him were growing up. So yeah, they were size of Malice Morales thing. The middle between like Spidey, like Iron Spider, him, and her. They were like that size. Yeah. Or some of them grew at different rates. So yeah. But their like daughters was like size of, or one of them is that, the other looks like size of Squirrel Girls, and like the guys were the same thing. So yeah, but they got newer powers. Like they got the combined powers of theirs. So yeah, it was basically a couple more years. There's have passed as MODOK and Screaming Mimi and like they really have how will I put this? They really connected together. Like they basically were like brothers and sisters. Like 3 brothers and 1 sister. Like a family. As they go back to their homes, and like, yeah, so she is happy that he's coming home, actually. So they like go back to their world, and yeah, then her and Spidey got married. So he basically has 2 wives. And yeah, so that's why I was gonna just like leave MODOK and him out of it, would it be just like Screaming Mimi, but it wouldn't make any sense. So yeah. Then all that happened. Then they both, or like all four kids, went to the Shield Academy to do like what they trained to use their powers for good. Yeah, so yeah. Could you imagine? I'm thinking about John, what their kids, combined kids, would look like. Would it be the girls would be like, has Screaming Mimi's entire body, but with brown hair instead of like white and clear face? Or like, yeah, so, or guys that, or boys that look like has like, kind of like his hair, or like kind of like him, but with like normal nose and like instead of bat nose. Yeah, with like brown hair. I don't know what it will work as. So now this is the end of the video. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and sorry for my phone being dumb.